On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
And that became a problem, and that's why marital rape became an issue like in the 90s, and it became like something where it was something that was discussed, and it was something that had been experienced, and a lot of men took it upon themselves to just throw themselves on a woman. And it could be a variety of women. They could have been going through menstrual. It was a lot of reasons why women didn't want to do it. It wasn't just like, oh, I want to reject my husband. It was just that men felt like, I own you.
Sexual consent in a relationship. Recently, Jada, she has a Red Table Talk
that still come on?
episodes. Yeah, still comes on. Still comes on. And he talked about some things. It was quite interesting.
What her ratings looking like.
But it's been stirring up a lot of talk, and I'm gonna actually play a clip for you guys.
Great.
I was in a relationship for 2 years. I had consensual sex plenty of times during that relationship. I didn't want to be with him anymore. I told him that I was leaving, and he didn't want to hear that. He ripped my clothes off. I felt icky. I felt gross. Yeah. I felt I was taken advantage of. Mm-hmm. And it was terrible. And then he went downstairs and ate breakfast like he didn't do anything. So the gray area in that situation is I had sex with him so many times within these 2 years. I didn't fully understand what had happened. But I know what I felt like after.
Means no. So, Gam, you feel like nowhere in your history in regards to sexual intimacy have you felt like you've had a sexual experience that was not necessarily consensual or was, kind of in that gray area?
I have.
Okay.
But it was also with my husband.
Okay.
Your dad, actually. So that's really gray.
That is gray.
Hey, man, I don't even know what you got to say after that. Like, hey, Jam, can we start screening these clips before we go live? Oh, man, bro, I didn't know we was talking about that tonight.
I have not seen that at all.
That's the example?
Mm-hmm.
That was a real raw.
Well, here's the thing, we have people.
I need a minute. Go ahead.
Okay. We have people that are in relationships, and when it's time to get it, the guys, if they want it, and the woman doesn't want it, then what is that? What does that look like in a relationship, in a marriage? And so I'm gonna start with you. After seeing that clip, what were your thoughts?
I don't know, man. I can't get past the head tattoo. Honestly, I can't get past the head tattoo. Man.
Well, you can't take nothing to stay serious.
That head tattoo is
man, and it's in cursive.
No, it's fine. It actually fading a little bit. That was like 2-3 years old tattoo. So
you see how much Vaseline she had on that thing?
No, I think it's fading. Our tattoos fade, so it's fading a little bit.
No, she had the light kind of beaming.
Was it the light? Oh, okay.
It's the light, like it was like
it's prominent
because she's so light. Okay. It was like right there, spotlighting.
You know what, Jr. And also, this is the queen of the slut walk, right? So I want to just qualify the people that's having these conversations because it's almost like are these our spokespeople? You know what I'm saying? Are these are the people that's champion specific causes that I'm supposed to get behind? I think that it's gray on all sides. You know what I'm saying? I think that there's a lot of people or a lot of guys. Let me give a scenario, right? They say that no means no, right? And I actually it's funny because I seen a comedian, I think it was Bill Burr, that did a skit on this, and he, no means no, right? If a girl says no, but what if she no, you know what I'm saying? Like, come here. Does it still really mean no if she's still implying yes? Like, it's a huge gray area. A lot of people are saying that, you have to get it right now in order to truly protect yourself against the woman emphasizing or even implying that you did something that you're not supposed to do. Now, I'm a huge advocate against rape, right? I'm against rape. I'm against rape culture. I'm against the whole idea that you forcing somebody to do something that you don't want to do. However, there are a lot of people that are implying rape culture when it's not rape. We are grown people, fam. If you don't want to do something with somebody, and I'm not talking about a situation where a woman is in a situation where she's overpowered or something like that. But don't tell me, oh, I didn't really feel like it, but I did it. So it's kind of like rape culture. Yo, we not doing that. We not playing that game, yo. Say what you mean what you say. If you don't want to be with him, don't go up to his hotel room. Like there's a lot of things that's going on in a lot of circumstances because I feel like context matters. Again, I'm not an advocate. I hate the whole idea of somebody doing something to somebody against their will. But then at the same time, you have to start having these conversations also that says, yo, what you're describing is that you got buyer's remorse, or you might have did something that you didn't. You woke up the next day and was like, yo, I don't like the way you treated me. That's not rape. That's not rape culture. And I want us to separate the two. We too grown to still be having these conversations about sexual consent as far as people translating it into something that is not. And it's a lot of guys that's getting out of jail today from being accused of something that they did not do, but all we have to do is take somebody's word for it. I think we need to separate the two. And again, it's hard for me to even take Amber Rose. I couldn't even hear what she was saying because I was looking at that forehead. So it's a little different for me.
No, I think the thing that's kind of interesting is that these people are married, which Jada mother is married, and then Amber Rose was in a relationship. And so they've had sex. So I think that's what makes this kind of a little weird. So I've had situations where, and B-Nix and Anton, you can agree with me if you had these similar situations, but where a woman said, hey, why didn't you do anything to me when we woke up this morning? You just got to take it. So when you have women that say things like that, and I would say most women that I've had any sexual activity with have at least hinted or stated something to that nature, and when it was done, it wasn't an issue. Or if I didn't do it, you would get a text message or hear about it later, like, I was looking forward to you doing this. Oh, I didn't know. So Nix, after seeing that video and me giving this example, let me hear your thoughts about it.
Man, I don't know. I'm still like replaying the tape in my head and stuff. And now, are we changing? Not to say this was, they didn't say necessarily rape, but it's like, how are we defining this? Because it's like now we're talking about you're in a relationship with someone and they took it, or it was like it wasn't consensual. So I don't know. I've never ever processed or thought of it that way. And then it's like, am I guilty of that? Or, I feel like real compromise right now. Because it's like, well, the world is weird right now. Because the thing is, it's like, well, I don't know. It's like, I want to assume it's consensual, but like Anton mentioned, like, no means no. But then, no. Well, I didn't say no, but I didn't say yeah. So what is there to do? It's like, almost, do I need to have like a signed document of the person that I'm with before I have sex? And then that's so transactional. And it's like, it's not organic. It takes away the experience of sharing that moment with somebody up is this technical. I mean, I would rather,
and it take away the jail time.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not a woman, so I don't know how it is to be on the receiving side of that. So it's like, I feel very ignorant right now, to be honest, and uninformed. Now, really, I feel challenged on how to answer this question. I want to hope that, my partner that I'm with is able to be honest enough to just tell me that, no, even if I'm married or in a relationship, just say you tired.
We too grown for that, B-Nick. We too grown to be.
Well, no, but these are grown women. Like, not even
that's
with
what I'm
Amber
saying.
Rose, because I hate to say it, going back to the author of the story, I did look at Amber Rose like, yeah, okay, whatever. But then like hearing it from Jada's like, you know, a more senior woman, it's like, where you're established as a person, you're a whole grown woman, and you know, you carry yourself well. But the fact that you're saying that even with, you know, Jada's father, that there were times where, you know, I felt, you know, there was the gray area. And it was like, shit, define gray area. It's like,
that's why I said context matters, man.
It's to me, it scares me.
Hey,
It's not me personally, based on my relationship, but it scares any man or woman in a situation like that this could go left. Even if you with your partner, it still can go left. So it's like,
hey,
I can't answer.
Hey, Nick, there was more video, and I didn't want to make the whole show about the whole video, but there was another lady that they had on there. I think she's somewhat of a celebrity or something like that, and she just expressed, and I think some of Jada, as Jada's mother as well as Amber, expressed that they didn't know how to say no. But when I listened to that other guest they had on there, it was scary. I had that first thing just listening to her saying that she sat there and basically just took it. She went along with it, and she didn't know how to say no. And I think that was the scary part. So it's quite interesting. I think the conversation needs to be had, because when I looked through the comments, there were a lot of people saying that yes, this happens all the time, and the conversation doesn't come up. I understand from a man's perspective, we're like, hey, you know, it's not a problem. You guys give us cues. You guys seem like you want it. You guys are enjoying
but then,
it.
JR, they say you don't catch the cues, like the situation.
Right, and I understand that from the man's perspective. So, Tawana, just based off what you saw and what you've been hearing, I'd love to hear your thoughts about this situation.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's been a recurrent thing. Like marital rape and spousal rape exists for a reason. And the reasons why this issue comes up is not when it's like, oh, my wife's just not in the mood and I took it anyway. It's like when a woman is like adamantly telling you no, like I don't want to do this right now. And a man decides that I own this and you are my wife or you are my partner, and therefore I have every right to have sex with you because that is what you agreed to. That's when it becomes an issue. And
Tawana, I think can I say something real quick?
It's not about consent. It's not about, oh, I need to like, we're in a partnership or whatever, and like I need to tell you, yeah, like let's have sex right now. It's about the fact that sometimes, and I mean, even in my relationships, like I may say no, and my man respects that, and like most men, you all respect that. There are some men who say, I don't give a damn, I want it right now, and forget what you said, like, and they gonna take it. And that became an issue, and that became a problem, and that's why marital rape became an issue like in the 90s, and it became like something where it was something that was discussed, and it was something that had been experienced, and a lot of men took it upon themselves to just throw themselves on women. And it could be a variety of women, you know, they could have been going through menstrual. It was a lot of reasons why women didn't want to do it. It wasn't just like, oh, I want to reject my husband. It was just that men felt like, I own you and this is mine, and I'm going to take it when I want it. And so I think that's what they spoke to. And I think when Amber Rose specifically said, and I don't discredit people and I don't slut shame people, so you already know that. That's my premise. And what she specifically was talking about was that she was trying to end a relationship with someone. And he basically was not accepting of her ending that relationship. And as his last and final powerful move, he decided to take her, to have sex with her again. Because having sex with someone when they're resistant is a power thing. It's not about, oh, I just want to have sex because I'm like in the mood. It's not an intimate thing. It's not like I'm trying to connect with you on an intimate level. It's about power.
So when I can understand from that point of view, when a woman is saying no, I mean, absolutely, you should stop, whether it's your wife or whether it's your girlfriend or just somebody you might just be messing around with.
Yeah.
But there was, I should have probably put more video where it says, and this is the confusing part that I think B. Nix might have spoke about.
Okay.
It's being in a relationship and a marriage and everything seems like it's okay. And she has sex with you, but then later expresses that she didn't want to have sex or it was forced. I think that's the scary part, because now we're sitting here thinking And even after this conversation and this video airs, we're probably going to go back and look like, damn, did she really want to have sex with me? Is it really a problem? Now we overanalyzing in the moment. What she thinks.
Let me speak to that.
Let me say this one last thing. Now, what I have noticed is that if things are rocky, like if there are issues within the relationship, and you guys are just together, and then sex had, then I can understand that. You probably didn't want to have sex. You may have just did it because this is what you guys just do, even though there's arguments and issues within the relationship. But still in all, nothing's said until afterwards, because Jada's mother was saying that it's been a lot of times where she didn't want to have it and she had it, and then as well as that other young lady, which I did put in the video, but she expressed the same thing. I didn't know how to say no. So go ahead and respond to that, Tawana.
Yeah, I absolutely understood all of you guys' points with that blurred line, because regret is not sex. Regret is not rape. Like, I'm sorry, but just because you wake up and you look around and you regret that situation, you cannot call that rape. And I do think that there's a clear distinction between a woman physically saying to you, no, I don't want this, and you continue to pursue that even when she tells you no, and you continue and you're persistent and you actually take it knowing that this woman is against it. But if a woman agrees to it, whether you regret it or not, honey, that is not rape. And I understand that you may regret it and you may have second thought it and you know what, I shouldn't have done that. But that's all it is. It's just that I shouldn't have done that. And I am avid. And I mean, I think that this needs to be clear so that when it does come to prosecution with these criminals who really do just like abuse the power of sex, like there's a clear distinction between a woman who just regrets what she did and a woman who really was violated. And I think that because I've had so many instances of sexual abuse in my family with youth, with children under the age of 18 and grown men, that I am a huge advocate of, these women were adamantly against what was happening to them and had no power to control these men who were taking advantage of them. And I want to make a distinction between a woman who just wake up the next day and just didn't like that her husband, he didn't perform the way she wanted, or maybe she wasn't into it that night. Because, to be honest, like as a wife, like, we do it, whatever, because we want, we just want our man to be happy, like sometimes, and that's not in any way, to me, the same thing. And so if that's the correlation that they were making, I'm totally against that. Absolutely.
Hey, you want to know what's kind of crazy? And somebody on our group actually said it, and I was going to actually get to this point. So they said, so when a man adamantly says no to his wife, then he is fucking, excuse my language, women, or he's cheating. That's a great point, because like the woman can say no and then it just has to be it. But when a man says no, it's like a double standard. Anton, you want to address that?
Weird, man. Like this, oh my God. Like, like, I don't know.
I mean, listen.
Like, 20, like, the world is weird, man. I don't know. I don't belong here.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
This is
my chick, she has this thing. She literally says, I say, yo, if I tell you no, no means no. She'll say, no don't mean no, we married. It's not rape if we marry. This is literally what she says to me.
This is what your chick say?
Seriously.
Okay.
So now I'm thinking to myself, and I know it's all, fun and jokes, but she really believes this in her mind. So then I'm thinking, like, yo, is it a double standard in society? Because obviously I don't have any problems or anything like that. But then, like, is it a double standard, bro? Like,
I'm about to get my notebook out because I don't know if you've been raped before, Anton. I need to diagnose you.
You know what? Here's a good description.
If you said no,
I'm like Amber Rose. I'm like Amber Rose, like or the mama. Like, I don't know if I wanted to, You know what I'm saying?
I think I might have to agree. You might need to sit at the red table with them.
But I guess like because Tawana mentioned this about like regret, right? So the thing is like I want to say that like if this is my partner, I want to assume we could be 100 with each other. But
it's a lot of assuming. It's a lot of trusting.
Well, yeah, but that's what the part that bothers me, where it's like, you mentioned earlier, Anton, we're being adults, right? So then, like, adults aren't able to be true adults because you're adults about certain things. Like, shit, we was mouthing off about us like or disliking Q. We go on and on and on about that, but something that's very personal, that's very intimate. That's something like, I didn't say no, but I didn't say yeah. And the thing is like, I almost feel like these are those gotcha moments, you know what I mean? They're really these moments that really can change someone's life as far as their level of freedom. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, this, like, big jail time. And I think I'm more sensitive to it as being a man, because going back to the double standard JR alluded to, it's not going to be treated, viewed, perceived, or prosecuted the same way. If it's the other way around. But then it's like, well, define, like, you can't define something that nothing's established. If the person didn't say no, then the person, it's, I want to say, why are you with someone?
Well, sometimes
that you feel you can't talk to them?
Maybe sometimes you can't consent, right? Because there was instances, and that's why the marital rape case became such a huge issue, where her husband was drugging her, and he was having sex with her in the middle of the night. She had no idea. Like, she didn't know what was going on. And he was, like,
that's
drugging her.
But
exactly.
But hold on.
But I'm saying
that's
happening.
I mean, it is.
That's clear
fits
cut.
the definition.
Nobody is advocating for
that. That is not what they were advocating based on the clip on Red Table Talk.
Right.
But hold on. But that's clear cut.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, that shouldn't happen. That's very clear. But the problem that I'm having a lot of times is similar to what you were saying. It's buyer's remorse.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I see this really originating more like if, under the influence, right? Because the thing is, let's say it's somebody that is a new partner, not somebody you've been with for years or whatever, where you think something is consensual, they didn't say no, but the variable is that how inebriated are you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We could go down so many variables that really just all go wrong.
Because we could both be drunk. What if we both drunk? You know what I'm saying?
I tell a lot of young guys, I say, fam, you can either do it two ways. I know you don't want to do it the way that I'm suggesting, which is get it signed, bro. Like, literally.
Yeah, but
like,
you know what? I would agree with you, Anton, but
get it signed,
the examples that we just saw on the show, this is with people that you're with already. That's the part where I'm blown. Because now I'm not negating those women's stories. But the thing is like, they're literally up here saying that it was not consensual, but yes, that's their partner. And Jada's mom actually said, that's my husband. So it's like,
but B Nix, like, if you go back,
that was your daddy. That was your daddy.
To the actual thing, if you go back to the actual thing,
it gives a perception like this dude is a monster.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
If you go back to what Amber Rose was saying, if you go back to what she was saying, and again, I don't know what the clear-cut context is, because she was not very clear in that she said no.
No, she didn't say that.
She just said, I didn't want to, and he ripped my clothes off and then he had breakfast. Like, you know what I'm saying? For a lot of people, that's
communication.
That's they know, right?
Like, did we just move on, or did she join the breakfast table? Like, hey, pour me up some cereal. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Like, that's the thing. I need more, and I'm not saying
that's what I'm saying too. I need more, fam, and I'm not just gonna sit here.
I hate sound bites, man. Like, it's just a sound bite. I know we don't watch the whole show.
My advice to dudes: either get a signature. Like, it's even easier than ever because you don't even have to carry around paper no more. You can carry around it on your phone. Either get the signature or get it recorded where she was like, yes, this is what I want to do.
Man, this is wild. I got to talk to Toya about this tonight after the
show. Walk away.
This is like it's like where are the guardrails in which we're operating in the safe space? So the bed with your wife is still not a safe space.
It's the jungle.
No. I think that typically men who engage in this with their spouse or their partner, is typically abusive in other ways too. It's not, oh yeah, like I'm, yeah.
Oh my God.
That's the trend.
You're saying like this happens all the like now, like I'm blown. Like so this happens all
It
the
is a
time.
lot of statistics on marital rape being like a real thing that happens. Spousal rape, partner rape, it's a real thing that
You got
happens.
me feeling real ignorant on
But
the
it's
show.
usually associated with other forms of abuse, like domestic violence and physical abuse. So there is other things that trigger. It's not just like, oh, me and my wife on different pages today and she gonna call it rape. No, don't go into your relationships feeling like I need to ask my wife to sign a disclosure agreement before. No,
I don't know.
I don't
sat up
know,
here
but
and
that's
listened
not
to
it.
two
No.
different types of ladies
Yes.
explain situations very calmly but very real, as if
Yes.
these are traumatic events that took
Right.
place that are done like in the dark, in the night, behind
Well, I
closed
do
doors.
believe that her father there was some issues there. There was some abuse. He was very physically abusive and like a lot of different things happened. I don't think it was primarily just like, oh, she felt like
But
rape.
see, that's a part of the problem that I think also is that, you know, we just automatically assuming because she's older and she looks more astute and she's well taken care of, that it's not another side to the story. You know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of times I think that there's a lot of guys that have a completely different narrative or another side to the story that they would want to talk about, but we already killed him. Like he dead in the water. Ain't nothing that he better not ever come on no show or nothing, because she already killed him. She already killed his name without no context. None of that, fam. Like, I don't know, man.
Will Smith need an opposite show of her, man.
And Nick, go ahead and close us out, Nick. Go ahead and close us out, Nick.
Hey, Jada out here, like that was her show back. I seen the little pop up on Facebook. That was the first show back after her.
No, it was the second.
The second?
Yep.
Oh, he was a monster. Okay, he sound like one, but then hell, the thing is, it's people that's listen to this because we listen to these type of shows as a self-advocacy show. Say, you know what? Me too. And if somebody's sitting around watching this over and over on the red tape saying that happened to me too. And then now it's like, I feel uninformed. I mean, I don't know. I almost feel like I'm scared to be a man in that type of situation. Because if you can't tell me no, and you can't tell me yes, then at this point I want to say then don't do it then, right?
But I mean, but dog, it's a lot.
But it's like, but isn't that weird? That goes against like our ability of natural, just like it just happens. It's like, hold on. Hey, I need you to consent. Can you record? Can I record you real quick?
Yep.
Say yes in the camera.
Yep. Listen, man.
When you know what, you don't say yes. I mean, I don't know if I'd be like,
no, hey, based on those
let's do this. Like it just happens, right? I don't know.
Say yes to Toy. I need her consent.
I don't. If I say no, I mean no.
This is the landscape. Not only do you need her consent,
you made me sound like I gotta put in a reservation that we've agreed on Sunday at about 9:30, whenever the kids go to sleep. That both me and you have agreed. I'm gonna send you a calendar invite, and it's gonna last for X amount of minutes.
Yep,
maybe. I'll send you a disclosure agreement.
Not only do you need consent, she better not be too drunk when she consented, because
it's almost I can't do it drunk. I need you sober, because then it's like and the thing is we don't know all the details. So like I think we mentioned about the Jada Pops, and mom situation, but even with the Amber thing, because the thing is, don't get me wrong, hey Amber, regardless of that big ass tack, dude, she's a beautiful woman. She really is. So the thing
all right, that's where you lost me. You lost me.
She is. She's a beautiful woman.
We can agree to disagree on that.
We never known her personally, but she
close us out, Nick. Close us out, Nick.
She always has guys, but the thing is, it's like, man, I need not even for this. Not
you said she always has guys.
You phrase this to a young cat. Hey, old cats too. Y'all need to be prepared of having that conversation up front while dating. This kind of goes down the checklist of things that we need to.
Hold on. We know just gonna gloss over the fact that you just said she always has guys. I seen a chick on my 600-pound life lose a man and get another man like the next day.
Hey, somebody made a joke about that. You ever notice them shows? They always got a man, like they never seen.
But that's what
Even
I'm
though I
saying.
don't
Like, just
watch
because
them,
she
but it was
always got a
funny. Somebody
guy,
posted about
that's
that
not the
the other day.
validation that she.
I've seen guys hosing them down and everything. Like,
Hey,
I've
well, you
seen
know, hey,
real
well, you know,
love.
hey, Anton said men are hunters, right? Regardless of any shape, size,
I've
or
seen
form, right?
real love.
No, men are hunters, right, Anton? And they hunt, regardless of size, right?
Women are
But
trappers.
sometimes
Men
the
are
prey is
hunters.
easier to catch. She seems a little bit easier to catch.
Hey, I don't know. Everybody got their preference, man. But I don't know. The thing is, with this thing, JR, this I don't know, man. I gotta process this, man. I gotta reflect a little bit. This got me I don't know. I mean, I ain't do nothing, audience. I didn't. I swear. But
You
this
sweating?
like
You got your sweat bubble. I see that little same spot on your forehead that Amber Rose had.
no, this got me feeling away. It do like, and I'm not saying I admit I'm not part of this world. I don't know how it is from a woman's perspective. But the thing is, you got to think of like certain situations when you out clubbing, one night stands and stuff, college life, stuff like that.
I'm
And
not
like
participating.
you know how much like unauthorized sex that just goes on, and then it just happens. And like now, this is basically saying like, hey. No, actually, I didn't want that last night. So I think that's the part. Tawana, we're not reading from some rule book saying what's the difference between regret and rape. Right now, it's like, I don't know what are the rules of engagement right now based on the current world we live in.